And we're rolling.
What is going on, everyone? Fernando here with the man himself, cousin Kyle.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we rehearsed it other way.
The MC.
So if you're wondering, Big Red is on assignment and you got cousin Kyle instead. So it's just as good. We're gonna get some Jets talk in today, a little Super League, and then I feel like Zoom might kick us off. So if we have anything else after that, we'll talk.
Yeah, not as big, not as red, not as good looking, but I'm here,
You got the beard though. The beard's definitely
Yeah.
vicious. And the hat.
Always the Jets hat on here. Gotta represent.
I have like the same one. And every time I put it on, I'm like, wow, I look exactly like cousin Kyle.
They're good.
All right. Well, since we're remote here, we don't have any some PEDs, but we do have some beverages. So let's pop these suckers open. Here's to you, cousin Kyle. Thanks for joining the show today.
Hell yeah, happy to be here. Some Colorado Kool-Aids.
Yeah, I got some Long Island Mom Kool-Aids. Oh yeah. Where's the stuff? Did you finish yours?
No, I got one left.
I was just taking a gentle sip and I'm gonna crank on it for the rest of the show.
That was nice.
All right, so NFL draft.
NFL draft.
First one in a while that I actually feel not too shitty about. I'm kind of like really excited a little bit.
So as you saw from
my fact checker.
From my prior comments throughout the week or throughout over the weekend, I had a big range of emotions. So I was very happy with our first pick, the man, the truth, Zach Wilson. Then I went off the rails a little bit. So I think on last week's episode you had the pick, the Elijah Vera Tucker on here, right? Yeah, you were rolling for that.
Yeah, we jumped off and then we had to jump back on because they traded up.
Yep. So I had a hot take for this. I don't think it was well accepted in the Jets community, but I said that we had a chance to get up there, right? Get a pick in front of the Patriots. We got who we wanted. We wanted Elijah Vera Tucker. We got the best guy on the board, but we also let Mac Jones go to the Patriots. We are going to have to deal with this for years.
In my notes, I literally, as soon as you started talking, I was like, oh, Mac Jones scandal. I wrote it down.
The Jets are so bad that even if we made the right decision, and Zach Wilson, I personally think is much better than Mac Jones, it's going to bite us in the ass somehow. Like it has to happen. It's the Jets and the Patriots. It's going to happen. We should have taken that pick. And we should have gave it traded with anyone who was willing to take Mac Jones. And you know what? I'm sure we would have got decent value out of it. But if we lost a little value, I'm fine with that, just to screw over the Patriots.
I was gonna say I feel like we should have just took Mac Jones.
Yeah, we could have just taken Mac Jones. Could just take. Why didn't I think of that?
So like when they traded up and you said like, oh, I love this move. We're going right in front of the Patriots. I'm like, yeah, we already got a quarterback. They need a quarterback. I'm like, does he want to take two quarterbacks in the first round?
That would be bold.
I mean,
bold strategy, Cotton.
But at the same time, like I think you actually brought up a good point, like not having the Patriots have like another dynasty quarterback or franchise quarterback for however long is well worth a first rounder.
Oh my God, especially given our history. Who are we going to take? D. Milner again or like Kyle Wilson? I mean,
Kyle Wilson. The
AJ's gonna like that
the
one
yellow
if he
flag
hears it.
himself.
Yeah, he's
Oh
the
boy.
worst. But and this is what I don't get, Fernando. Our draft grade was an A minus. Okay, probably the best draft grade in Jets history, if I had to guess, other than like the 2009 or draft or whatever that was. Um, but I'm
Who's that from?
that is from
You gotta cite your sources.
I do have to set my sources. I think good question. Who is that from?
I've
Um,
seen a few of them. I saw a range from B plus to A plus.
oh really? No,
Yeah.
I think mine was McShay.
All right. We can take him. He's good.
I'll check it. Well, anyways, the draft grade that I had was A minus for Jets. Going from the top of the list down was Chargers with an A. I think everyone says that they did a good job. They filled a bunch of needs. Miami with an A, which, I
Sneaky.
don't think they did anything special. They went up, they got an
Yeah.
offensive lineman who was the best available, and they kind of just fell into place. Nothing crazy. Jets with an A minus. Then fourth was the Ravens with a B plus. So we were, in that sole third position. If we keep going down the list, Pats were at 18 with a B, which like if we fucked them over of Mac Jones, it would have been an F. So like, okay. Um, Bills with a B minus at 23. And in last place was the Steelers with the C plus. So like if last place is getting a C plus, then these grades are a little compressed here.
I don't even think like literally who do we get? Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name already. Michael Carter. Michael
Yeah,
Carter.
yeah. So Michael Carter was picked our fourth pick, number 107. It looks like we got him.
So he fell to us. Elijah Moore fell to us. Like these are all like pretty high picks in my opinion.
So
At least.
I agree. I think Elijah Moore was, I didn't know at the time, but everyone's saying it's, one of the steals of the draft, getting him at, we got him at 34, I believe it
Yeah.
was. Um, okay. Uh, they're saying he's Debo Samuel. Like, all right, give me Debo Samuel. Let's go. But, you know, we have to see it.
Where did
I
Debo
looked up,
Samuel play?
what was that?
Where did Debo play for the
Yeah,
last 2 years?
yeah, yeah. Under Salah. So there we go
And
for the people
LaFleur.
in the back. Um, Michael Carter, I don't know. He ran a 4.5 40, but he had 8 yards per carry. So like, he's
Running
not
back.
he's not outrunning anybody, but the guy's a powerhouse. So we got to see. I mean, who knows?
I heard that he has like the most yards after contact, like in the draft.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and he loves to block. His quote, not ours.
All right. You know what? I'm done. I changed my mind. I'm all in. All in.
Yeah.
That's all
So
it took. Loves to block, yards after contact.
Yak. And then
Yak.
what's the other one? The weird thing about him was Javante Williams. He split the backfield with him for the past 2 years, and he went earlier in the
Hmm.
draft than he did, which
That is interesting.
I don't know if like how I feel about that, but like did we get the better guy there? But they have like the same exact stats, and I
Well,
think
that
he's
kind of walks us
faster.
into another scandal, right? Your boy, Heisman
Michael.
Trophy winner, Devonta Smith.
Oh well, he went to the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I think he went. Um, he went second to the other wide receiver there, which was
Jalen
uh,
Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. Thank you.
A lot of so I don't. You're into fantasy, right?
Yeah.
This draft sucked for fantasy football
Why?
because you got Jamar Chase, who's like probably the best receiver in the draft, went to the
Hmm.
Bengals. who's got T. Higgins,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Boyd, and no offensive line. Kyle Pitts went to like the fantasy factory down there in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. Um, Jalen Waddle went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to do anything. Najee Harris went to Pittsburgh. They already lost 2 linemen and they're kind of on their outs right now. So it's just like, come on, like give me something to get excited about.
That's a good point that I didn't really think about at all. Like that's some deep analysis from the Fernando man.
The only one that is looking good, one is Elijah Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oh wow, we're literally just Devontae Smith.
Yeah, it was.
So he's probably the only one that I feel like would produce
Yeah.
like ridiculous numbers right out the
It's
gate.
just crazy that he went after Waddle after, all the hype train coming through and everyone saying, oh, it doesn't matter that he weighs like 150 pounds,
Yeah,
soaking wet. And, apparently it does. People, you know,
I think Jalen Waddle and Smith are like the same exact player, but one's bigger and faster.
yeah.
That's like what the analysis was.
Yeah.
But let's
But
talk
hey,
about
17 games now instead of 16. It's you need to be more flexible. You need to be able to take a hit better. Um, being healthy and being there is important. So I got b-
Lion.
before we change off this Jets draft, I got one other thing for you. So we talked about picks 1 through 4, right? After
Um,
that is when I started you know, asking what the hell we were doing a little bit. Um, fifth round, pick number 146, we took Sherwood, safety out of Auburn. Uh, why are we taking a safety? I think we have a lot of other spots to fill. And do you know what we decide to do 8 picks later?
I took
We
another safety, right?
we take another safety. Oh, okay. Someone with the same exact name as an earlier pick as well. We have 2 Michael Carters on our team now in the same
So
draft.
funny thing about that. I watched Sala and Joe Douglas's presser after, and when they picked Michael Carter from UNC, they showed Michael Carter the second highlights on TV. So he's like, they're like, we're in like the draft room. Like, what are we doing? Like, did we write the wrong name? Like, is it the right guy? And then sure enough, like a round or two later, they get the same dude.
Yeah, crazy, crazy.
But yeah,
So they
I
just
think
screwed up on the cast on the
yeah,
yeah.
ESPN probably fucked it up.
All right,
I
we got to
think
report them.
I think most of the safeties are looking to play in like the nickel or
That's what I saw. They projected one of them as like an outside linebacker, but it doesn't really make sense to me in the scheme that we're going with. I mean, they're definitely going to be heavy coverage outside linebackers in that 43, but I guess we'll have to see how it shakes out.
I mean, I this is the first time I trust those
I know,
guys.
I know, but two
So
safeties, like, and then after that we get a cornerback who I read wasn't even projected to get drafted. They thought he was going to end up a free agent, and we took him in the 5th round or the 6th round, whatever it was. So
you know what I'm upset about? We didn't draft a goddamn kicker.
I know we always do.
But like this time we needed one.
I know. Wait, who did we have who I loved? Castillo. What was his name?
Sergio Castillo, the GOAT.
Yeah, I was calling him the goat until he had a shank fest one night.
He had he had 2 games where he was just lights out, and then that
I
was
know.
it.
Yeah, I
And
called him
then
the goat. It's a little early.
I can knock him down.
No, I'm known to get a little overexcited.
Oh man, but that's
But yeah,
I like the draft.
the one thing that I have written on here, just overall about, moving up picks or whatever, like how we gave up a decent amount of capital to move from, what was it, 22 or 24 up to 14. You know, a lot of people think, all right, we're giving up a third rounder and a fifth rounder, whatever it was. We had so many picks, and you
Yeah.
can't, some of these draft picks aren't even going to make the team. So stacking up, fifth and sixth rounders on top of fifth and sixth rounders, it's not really helping you that much. But if you can turn that leverage into, really, tipping the scale, moving up a couple picks in the first round or moving, up in the, to high in the second round, I think that's where you make a difference. And, at the end of the day, I was talking a lot of shit about not taking Mac Jones, but I think moving up to 14 to get an offensive lineman, lock down that left side of the line, I think it's a huge move. And I think that, um, that's the type of stuff that we want to see at a, at a big Joey that we didn't see, necessarily out of Idzik and Tannenbaum and all those other assholes.
I'll say, I was watching, I forgot what cast I was watching. It's probably ESPN because I think it was Lewis Riddick. And
Mhm.
when they went up and drafted Barrett Tucker, Lewis Riddick's like, Joe Douglas is not messing around.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think you're right, man. I think he's coming for blood.
I
But
hope so.
I
We
mean, I'm
didn't,
looking at it
well,
right now. Like,
he is coming from, what
go
was
ahead.
that?
I'm looking at like our first four picks and just quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver, running back. For like a team that put up 14 points for the past like 5 years, like I can't not like that.
Yeah. We got two wide receivers in free agency. We didn't make any huge splash moves, which I was hoping for a little bit, but um, we're not going to get into capology right now, but hopefully, we have a lot of space. We restructure some contracts, get some money spent this year, and get Mekhi Becton in his third year, get this other lineman in his second year, get a couple these wide receivers established a little bit more, and who knows, we might be in a place to really compete. Not this upcoming year, but a year later with a ton of cap room that we'll have if they do it the right way. It's how you're supposed to build a team. We're used to just shit on top of shit. Hopefully it kind of works out.
Like, oh, look at all this money. Let's
Yeah.
is that Le'Veon Bell? He was good 3 years ago, right? Man. Wait, I gotta
God.
ask, because I'm kind of on the fence about it now. Just because like this is the Jet fan in me. What are your honest thoughts on Zach Wilson?
Okay. So first of all, that's my quarterback. All right.
It
That's
was
my
my quarterback
quarterback.
until we drafted him. I was just like, I love this kid. Fuck, we got him. Don't screw it up.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what, I'm going to be hyped about him because I have to be hyped about him. So it's like my opinion here really doesn't mean much.
Yeah.
Um, got to stand behind the guy, but hey, changing markets, coming from, I think he was in a Catholic high school or private high school or something like that, and then going to BYU. Um, we already saw it in the media, he's going to get hit hard in the media, and he's got to be able to take it and not have it, rip him down. And that's really what Sanchez actually said when um, they said that Zach Wilson called Sanchez. He said, don't let the media kill you because they will. And if you take it to heart and you let it, break down your confidence, then you're not going to be able to play, um, the way that you need to play. And that's not a direct quote, but that's kind of what I took out of what Sanchez was getting at. Sanchez.
Yeah, our best quarterback ever. Uh,
Excuse me, Sanchez. Sorry.
yeah, but yeah, I have like no problem with his ability whatsoever, like as a football player. But like on draft day, he looked like he was like 16 years old. Like the mom was in the news. Like
Why?
she's attractive. So even the freaking camera guy when he got drafted zoomed in on the mom instead of him. I
I
was
don't
like,
know.
oh my god, like this isn't baseball. Like that's not what we do here.
Yeah.
But just like it's I just hope he's like thick skulled.
I hope so too. I mean, to tell you the truth, that might be one of the hardest parts. You know, a lot of these are kids, you know, it's not like we have people who, you know, he was at BYU. It's not like he was at, you know, Bama, you
Yeah.
know, or USC, right? Um, you know, getting a lot of this publicity and a lot of this news. He did get a lot of it during the draft time, but, you know, I don't think it's the same. So,
Well, that was the thing with I forgot, I don't even know who it was on the fan. Carlton, someone. Uh,
uh, oh, what the hell is his name? With
I don't know.
Maggie, the one with Maggie.
I watch them on YouTube, so I don't even like watch who they are. I just put it on and listen to
Yeah.
it. But yeah, like we're talking, they're like, yeah, just for like the record, like we want you to be a Jet for 25 years and like win Super Bowls and this and that. And then like the next question, they're like, well, why weren't you a captain at BYU? And he's like, well, to be completely honest, like I was battling for a starting spot last year.
Hmm.
And like as soon as he said that, I was like, this fucking kid like didn't even know if he was going to be playing at BYU, and now he's the second overall pick going to the Jets with like the keys,
Yeah.
and just be like, don't shit the bed here.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. Let's see it. It's
I gotta watch
he's
more
got
highlights.
the pieces right now, right? He's got here I have the roster right here. He's got a solid line, you know, Becton, Vera Tucker, like we said, Connor McGovern at center. On the right side, we might have you know, the guy, Greg Van Roten, or we have was it Feeney or Feely or something? And then we have George Fan or Choma Dogo, which we have to address over there. But you know, you got the backside covered. It's not like he has to be looking over his shoulder all day, you know, waiting to get cracked in the back of the head. Hopefully,
Yeah,
there's a little more time to, you know, look around and be able to make those decisions. And he's not going to be facing the toughest coverage because now we actually have someone, you know, outside running with uh, Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, Keelan Cole, you know, Jameson Crowder, and Elijah Moore. You know, it's not the A squad, but it's not the F squad like we had.
Crowder. Crowder is so gone after
Yeah, he's probably gone.
Elijah Moore got picked. I saw
I
that on.
mean, we'll see. Do they have to, you know, if they have nothing to do with the money and they want to keep him, then who knows? But he he gave us his all. You know, I'll give him that. He did a decent job for the situation.
Send him to the Panthers.
Yeah, he can go to the Panthers.
We'll take a fifth rounder for him.
Yeah. I'll take a fifth rounder. We'll
Yeah,
parlay that with like two other fifth rounders and
trade it up for a 2022 first pick.
yeah, there you go. Big question though is tight end. You know, Chris Herndon, Ryan Griffin. We were hoping big things out of them. I mean, Herndon like, you know, drops anything that's within, you know, 6 inches of his hands, and Griffin. I mean, big question mark. Especially when you look at the two biggest free agent tight ends going to the Pats. It's like, what the hell are we doing?
So do you remember in the depths of the season last year when you were trying to pinpoint a drop on Darnold versus the drop on the receiver, and it was Ryan Griffin,
Yeah,
and I screenshotted a picture of it. You can also see like a lot of green in the picture.
yeah,
There's just a clear drop, and you're like, oh, it's got to be here and there, and like literally the ball is in his hands,
yeah.
and it's like, drop this.
It was literally it was like frame by frame. We were going on the TV to try and like prove this to each other. And it's
Yeah,
like you get the frame that's just his hands here and the ball right hitting his hands.
yeah, he's literally
And like
just
it might have been like a centimeter off. And I was like, nope, not in the right spot.
gotta be the front number. It's gotta be the front number.
Like he's reaching back, he's thinking forward.
He's got pressure in his face. Kid shot. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the what's to come.
Me too. Me too. I mean, that's right? Every single year. Right?
You always look good in April, man. I'm telling you.
It's always just end the season, and it's always next year. That's the two Jets mantras.
Yeah, was it I think it's week 14 we start thinking about the draft.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, if we lose out, we get the second pick right now. You know, we
yeah.
should.
Well, we were tanking for Trevor, but
Oh, there was a quite a long period before Trevor Lawrence got picked
yeah, that was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
for a first overall pick. Not a trade or anything either. I was just like, I was with Tim, or I was zoomed with Tim, and I was just like, are we actually gonna get Trevor Lawrence right now? Like, why is this taking him 8 minutes to do this? Like, I feel like they should have had that printed out like months ago.
Yeah, it's kind of like you know, a boss move where you're like, I know what I'm doing. My feet are up, and I'm just gonna let all you other guys sweat.
Yeah, just let the 5G run through the room right now.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
didn't you guys pick him? What's going on? But yeah,
Get the announcers going.
yeah, they probably just needed time for like highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
film.
mean, they had time for Trevor Lawrence highlights.
Yeah, you gotta prep. You gotta prep. We don't know. It's like
I mean, it's never official.
The SpongeBob brain. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
running
yeah.
around through the fire. That's good stuff. All right, so let's pivot a little bit. I want you to tell me about the Super League,
All right. So
not the NFL, the other
the
Super League.
reason why the Super League is back in the news, just so everyone who's like, you're reporting old news. So something happened with who was it? It was Man U. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. So we're kind of Scorseseing it. So Man U, there was a protest at the game because of the Super League. That's the end of the story. We'll start over. So Super League has been this, theoretical um, grouping of the big market soccer teams, the football teams. Um,
Football.
and it's been
Professional
spoken
football.
about for the last 10 years or so. They're like, oh, we're going to make a super league. We're going to bring in all the teams who make us all the money, because it's a couple teams who make most of the money, and then a lot of teams who make some money for, the major organizations, for FIFA, everything like that. Um, and again, I'm not an expert in this, so I'm just kind of going based on what I was able to find out. Um, so what happened is it came along again this year. Every year it gets shut down before there's even a conversation. They're like, no, our leagues, our teams, like the English Premier League, we have history. We've gone back however many years with all our squads. Each team loves playing, um, you know, in Man U, in all these places with such history. Um, and then you have teams like Leicester, or however Leicester, I think,
Leicester.
um, who
Leicester
who
City.
who this is a team who is in, like, the second division essentially, who gets promoted and that comes up and wins the EPL some year. These people have a chance to win, and that's like what the leagues are built around. And you have hundreds of years of, not hundreds, but of history in these leagues. And if you have these teams, so the how the Super League was going to work is that they were going to pluck all these teams out of their leagues, and put them in their own league, the Super League. And that's how it worked. Is it was the top 12, money making teams. You can go through them: Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man U, um, all these,
Barcelona.
of course, all these big market teams. And then there would be three slots every year on a rotating basis, I guess, who's the best other team,
That's
or some,
broke team.
I guess. And then, like, all right, so what are you going to do for that year? These people are going to pull out of their league to play in the Super League and then go back. It was a little ridiculous to start, but all the uproar happened where you have all these billionaire owners who are like, coming in and buying these teams and then just like, you know what, screw it. I don't care about the history. We're trying to make some money here. I got to get a return on my investment
Yeah.
and, looking to do this and ruin the history. So what I believe it was FIFA, it could have been, I guess UEFA. I don't know who it was, but they said, all right, anyone who plays on a Super League team is now ineligible for World Cup soccer and everything like that. All major international play. You can no longer play for your country if you join this. And they started pulling out all these stops saying, you're not welcome in this, and the leagues were saying if you leave, you're not welcome back in the league, and all this and that, and the fans revolted. It was unlike anything I've seen. People were just like flipping out, flipping out. And, you know, all the buzz started to come around, and then you could just feel everything heating up. And then finally, I think it was Chelsea who pulled and said, you know what, we're not doing this. We're not going to be a part of this. And the whole thing came crashing down. But even though the people were successful, they were not happy that it got this far. So at the Man U game, I don't remember, it was one of the last couple of days. They just bum rushed the field. They protested. They bum rushed the field, and you see pictures of them going
Big
crazy. They threw
riots.
like flares at the broadcasting booth. Like it was just outrageous. And if you look, you can see a couple pictures of like even the security guards are like, you know, there were a couple security guards there, but there was so many more people, and they're just like, whatever, man. Like fuck you guys. You shouldn't have joined the Super League.
Dude, soccer fans are nuts.
Yo,
Without
crazy.
like there's no reason to be going that crazy for like I don't know if you follow soccer or watch soccer.
A little bit.
But like there's not too much action going on. So like
Except when there's a golazo, then it's
then they go nuts for the next 20 minutes.
oh yeah. Oh
And you're just buzzing off that for however long until the
yeah.
next one. Or like a yellow card comes out or
Yeah.
something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But like these guys, like the video you sent me was from KFC, right? The
I believe
minute
so.
and he actually made a good point. He's like, yeah, and in America, you just like, oh, like you take to Twitter, fuck these guys, this and that, and then you go right to the game the next day.
Yep, yep, yep. And they're like, check please, and you sign right there.
He's like, then like in Europe, they throw cocktail bombs on the field, they organize a walkout, buy tickets, and then walk out. I was just like, yeah, they're a little different than us. Like we're just flying Fire Adam Gaze signs over Jones Beach, and that's about
Buying
it.
billboards.
Yeah, but
But they you know, they aren't happy that it's the Americans who are buying everything and ruining their sport also. It seems like a lot of people feel like, you have American billionaires buying into these teams, and then, what they think is ruining the history, which I agree with. They're like, we want, you know, a European asshole or a Spanish asshole or a German asshole. We don't want the Americans coming to screw us up. We'd rather just screw ourselves up.
they got a good point. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like who doesn't LeBron own Man U or part of it?
I'm not sure. I know he's in a couple buying groups. I'm not sure if it was Man. It might have been Man City. I'm not sure.
Is Man City's the blue, like the light blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was one of those teams because I remember him just like being like, oh yeah, like throws it on his Instagram or some shit. But like that's the problem. Like
Oh
they
no, it's
know.
Liverpool.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, good for him.
EPL Club Liverpool. Fenway Sports Group.
Oh, and he owns part of the Red Sox too.
Yep. Yep.
But that's the thing, like American billionaires go over there and they're like, we don't care about sports. We want to make money. This is literally an investment.
Yeah.
Like, and like Steve Cohen, for example, here, name plug. He's the only one who's like, yeah, fuck this. Like money don't matter. Like let's make the best team and let's win some championships. And
Yeah,
like
Uncle Steve is my boy.
I feel like no one does that anymore. At least in American sports. Like maybe I can't even like think.
Yeah. The Yankees have, you know, paid money. You get a couple franchises. I feel like it's a lot of baseball that you see it where it's like, let's, we'll pay the money. We know that, we'll kind of get our return. But
No.
what Steve Cohen is doing, like he is connecting with the fans, kind of on a way that you don't really see. And I think he might not look at it I'm sure he is looking at it in like an investment side where it's like you get the fans more invested in the team, then that's more money spent
Gear.
on everything. Yeah, on gear, on going to the games, on season tickets, on everything. More eyes on your team is more dollars. And I think that having that relationship with the team and the ownership is something that, Mets fans needed because we hated ownership so much. It's like, we'll take anything. Just, give us the carrot.
Yeah. He's I followed him on Twitter. I don't really follow baseball too much ever since the Mets like lost the 2007. They lost like the Phillies to get into the playoffs, and it was like the worst day of my life. And like,
Really hanging on to
yeah, it was horrible. Kazu Matsui was on the team.
that.
Andy Chavez year, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay,
That
okay.
and that's about it. But since then, I haven't really paid too much attention. But I follow Steve Cohen on Twitter, and that dude is hilarious.
So funny.
He'll just tweet like, "Hey, like the last one I saw, or the last one that was like notable was, hey, do you guys like the black jerseys?"
Yeah,
And then like everyone's like, "Yeah, we love the black jerseys. They're sick." And then
yeah,
he's like, "All right, we're getting the black jersey."
yeah. The one before that, he's like, "How much should we pay Lindor?" And everyone's like, how much you got?"
Yeah, it's just like a poll. He puts up polls now.
Yeah.
65 million, 50 million,
Well, hey,
150.
he's
He's getting
connecting
shit done.
with the fans.
He's getting shit done. That's all you can really ask for.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of the Lindor contract, I want to figure out what it was. 10-year, 341 million. So he paid.
Ah, must be nice.
Yeah.
I
But we're
just
still
saw
paying Bobby Bonilla. So
that guy's got the best job in the world. Is he the one that just like collects $1 million a year?
yep, yep.
Yeah,
Let's see how
dude,
much
that's pretty much what I think that's kind of what Mahomes did.
is it?
I think it's
Yeah, but
similar.
that's all bullshit. Just like how Taysom Hill got a contract that's like, excuse me,
You don't trust anything that goes on in the Saints
it's
organization.
like $40 million with, 39 million voidable after the first year. It's like, okay, so it's a 1 million 1 year
1 year,
contract.
1 million
Okay.
with the option.
Yeah.
That's the Saints. That's the Saints way. They're dead in the water every year, and they just get out of it somehow.
Dude, capology is like, no joke. They're like, hey, this is going to be a later Kyle problem. So, now Kyle is not going to have to deal with that. But
Yeah.
we'll deal with that later. And they always figure it out. Like, what happens if you're over the cap?
They don't go over the cap ever. It's
I
not
know.
possible. They have like what I don't even know who they just maxed out. Did Kamara just get maxed out?
I'm not sure. I thought it was someone else.
But anyway, like they have all these guys and like just literally out of nowhere, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna it's just a new locker room every year with like the same old heads.
Yeah. Good, good, good old heads.
Yeah, exactly. The rich old heads.
Yeah.
that they like keeping around. And Drew Brees. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a little scary for a second when Drew Brees didn't retire.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, he was like hanging on, it seemed.
Dude, he had a like I don't know, like this is a hot take. I can't believe he played in the playoffs because if he didn't play, they would have like went the distance at least.
But with who? Um,
Anyone.
like it wasn't Taysom Hill starting, right? Who started?
Taysom Hill started. Jameis Winston was the other guy,
Yeah, Jameis, that's who it was.
but they just passed the torch over to him. Plus, he
Yeah,
got a laser eye surgery, so now you can see. Can you
ridiculous.
imagine?
No.
That seems like something that would be in the Jets organization.
Oh yeah.
A quarterback, just a gunslinger, but can't see the field. Literally can't see the field.
It sounds like Geno Smith.
Maybe. Did you see the video of Deke with all the
Which one?
jerseys?
Oh yeah, so funny.
Dude,
So
I didn't even know
funny.
he had a Geno Smith jersey. He's like, oh, look at all these jerseys I got. And he starts pulling them. I'm like, what the
It's
hell?
like I think he had like what was it? Darnold, Geno Smith, Sanchez, Favre, Pennington, Testaverde.
Or
There was someone else in there. I forget who. Maybe it was it Bryce Petty?
I'll look it up right now.
Someone else.
Sean Green was in there. Marty Lyons, Chad Pennington. Here we go. I flipped it over. Geno Smith,
Geno Smith.
Mark Sanchez, Brett Favre. We have like 30 Brett Favre jerseys, by the way.
Stephanie has one too, actually.
Any Testaverde, Darrell Revis, Sean Green, and Chad Pennington.
I have a brand new Revis jersey sitting in my closet waiting for a time where I can get him to sign it because I have a Kurtz Martin signed jersey, so I want to get him and Revis next to each other, but um I haven't had the chance yet, but I want to get that done. So I just have it sitting up there waiting.
Just go find them.
So if anyone
That's
on
cool.
here has a connection to Revis, I want to take him out to lunch and get just a quick signature on there. I think we have a.
Yeah. I just
I'm
want to
sure
talk to
someone
him.
on here could hook that up.
I want to talk to him and see if he still got it because we kind of need a corner.
Hey, I'll take a DB coach.
That too. Yeah, that's not bad.
Get him on the staff.
He's another funny Twitter follow.
Yeah, he is.
He just like randomly tweets. And it's just like, yeah, he just like call people out, like Revis Island. He'll just like post like the emoji on something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Can you believe that? Like we have like arguably the best corner of all time and like didn't win. And then he went to the Patriots and won a year and came back. But it's cool. I'm
No,
cool with
it's
that.
not. I'm not cool with that. Not cool with that.
Oh
Not
God.
cool with that. Getting to he was on the AFC Championship team, right? No, that was earlier, way earlier.
Revis?
I think so, right?
No, he was on both of them.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He was in Hard Knocks
Yes, he was in Hard Knocks.
for his holdout.
I remember that.
I needed one Jets
Oh
Fred
wow,
video to come out.
2016 was his last year with the Jets. No, that can't be right. Is that right? Yeah.
6 years ago, 5 years ago. And we haven't
Wow,
looked back
that's
since. Now we got
that's
Lamar
mind
Jackson.
blown a little bit there. Yeah,
Well, he's probably
now we have D Milner and whoever all those other burned first round draft picks on DBs.
we got Bryce Hall, Lamar Jackson, and that's it.
Starting cornerback, Bless Austin and
Austin.
Bryce Hall.
2 sophomores. And Bless Austin's coming off an ACL. Or
Well, at least we know that they can't go into a sophomore slump because they really couldn't be any worse.
It's true. Well, they're not going to be put on an island with the game on the line and, just cover zero. So fuck it.
Cover zero, man.
That was the craziest like 3 minutes of football
Oh,
I've ever watched
absolutely,
in my life.
absolutely.
I was so pumped. I'm also like one of those weird, like I was just like when they beat the Rams, I was ecstatic. When they beat the Browns, fuck it, let's go. I was
Yeah,
like, just win out, let's go, keep them coming. But when they were beating the Raiders that game, like I was watching it and we had red zone going and everything, and I was just like, we got to keep this game on. Like this is the game. Like, this is the best one going right now. I'm like, no, we got to put like the Giants on or something. Like they're playing for whatever. And I'm like, no, no, no. We got to watch the Raiders Jets. Like, come on. And sure enough, like it was just literally just like backyard football stuff happened. And I remember watching it. I was actually on the phone with my dad. He's like, "Are you seeing this right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but the game's not over. Like they still got a shot." And sure enough, we're literally on the phone, and I'm just like, "All right, I gotta go. Bye." Cover zero.
uh, man, that guy has like fire up every sleeve. Greg, was it Greg Williams? Yeah,
Greg
Greg Williams.
Williams, our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. Oh, he got a Zach Wilson.
I can't even credit him for that. Like, we could have won a few more games, and we'd have been fine,
Yeah.
right? Because who's it was the Texans, right? Texans or Dolphins that traded out.
Um, no, the Dolphins were good. Did they make they either made the playoffs or they were like a game out. I think they had 10 wins.
Yeah,
Let's
but they
see.
they had uh they had the Texans first overall pick from
Oh, yes, you're right.
the Laramie Tunsil.
So we
Yeah.
had Jets had were 2-14, and then the next four teams were Atlanta, Houston Texans, Philadelphia, and Cincinnati, and they all had four wins. So you're right. We could have won that game
We could.
and not gone anywhere in the standing. So you know what? Fuck Greg Williams.
I think for real. I think that was who do we play? Who do we play week 17? You got that up?
Uh,
Whoever it was, because I remember doing like the math in my head. I was like, we don't change anything. Like this is a whatever happens,
um,
nothing changes.
oh yeah, you're right. It was against the Pats.
Oh, yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
So I was literally just watching. I was like, you know what? We can win, beat the Patriots, and like we're fine. But
I
sure enough,
remember that too.
couldn't play.
Oh yeah, remember my prediction early in the year that I said week 17 it's going to be Jets versus Patriots fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah, how did that one go?
Fighting for the 15th overall pick.
Oh my god. Just
Oh man,
terrible.
we got this. We're in we're in tune here. I think
Problem
that
is everyone else is, we have a killer division right now. I mean, who do we have? I'm trying to find those wins. I think Buffalo had 13, was it?
yeah,
And then Miami, I just said had 10, and New England obviously had a down year, and their down year is, of course, 7-9, not like the Jets' down year. It's 2-14, but um,
we're up. We had an up here.
yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna suck too because we're just gonna go can't even go 8-8 anymore.
I know. So now instead of going 8-8, it's going to be like, how are we even going to do that math? It's going to be like, all right, well, I mean, 7-9 and 1, and
Yeah, So what are we gonna be? What's our best? I guess 7 or 8 and 9, right? It'll be 8 and 9. Can't
I
go
mean, I'm
500.
normally
So we're
happy
not.
with 8. Like if we went 8-8 next year, I would be happy. But going 8-9, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah, and going 9 and 8 doesn't
But what?
even seem
Yeah,
good either.
I know. No, but 9-8, then you're a winner.
Yeah, yeah, but you're still gonna not make the playoffs and
Yeah,
probably have a mid-round pick.
yeah, like 11 wins, you're not in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, let's see. The Yeah, so the Rams got in with 10 wins last year. Miami did not get in with 10 wins last year. So with 11 wins, could be in, could be out next year.
I'm kind of pissed about I think the getting the extra game is kind of cool, but I'm kind of pissed about just like the history is gonna be screwed for stats.
That's a good like conversation because like that's almost the baseball conversation, right? Like they're always talking about this, maintaining the history of the game. And like football, I definitely agree with you. Like all the single season records are going to be broken,
Like a
but that
beast.
already happened, like we've
Yeah.
changed the schedule so many times already. Um, I just don't really, I don't remember that much about when's the last time they changed it?
I think it went from 14 to 16 games.
Yeah, let's see. Um, oh no, so I wouldn't remember it. It was uh 1978. So I guess I don't remember the records is what I was thinking about, but you never see records from there. You only see single game records,
Anymore. Well,
except
I mean,
Chris Johnson. Christian, nah, he obviously was in the 16 game season. Um, but it's not going to be the same. All the records are going to be broken, of course.
yeah, Chris Johnson had the 2,000 yard rushing, right? I
Yeah,
think Derrick Henry had it with this year too.
CJ 2K.
Beast. Best jet ever.
Madden cover. I think I think he was part of the Madden curse too.
Yeah, I think he was on Madden and then he went to the Jets like the next year. No, and then he retired.
Yeah, like LaDainian Tomlinson.
He was on Madden too.
I think so.
Who else did we get Sean Alexander for a little bit?
I don't know. I don't think so. But that was the best Madden.
No, the best one was Peyton Hillis.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
Peyton Hollis. Peyton Hillis, right?
Hillis. He
Yeah.
was the fullback from Cleveland, right? Played like a fullback. Played like a
Oh
fullback.
God. The white the white running back.
Yeah. So I guess
You never have that. I don't even think he was that good either. He just ran people over.
yeah. Absolute truck stick every time.
All right, so let's see.
6'2", 250.
Peyton Hillis,
Yeah.
beast. All right, well, I think we're about hitting time here. You got anything else you'd like to throw in here
Um,
on your guest pod?
what was that? Medina Sprint, Spirit, Kentucky Derby winner. Kentucky Derby happened. No one watched it this year, it seems like, but figured this the sports update, we'll get that in there.
I feel like everyone I knew had a wedding,
I know.
but yeah. So congrats,
Yeah.
Medina Spirit. What was she at?
Um, I don't have the exact number, but she was the sixth favorite.
Okay, that's not bad. Middle of the pack,
No.
right?
Yeah. I think if you had the superfecta, it would have paid out like 9,850 to 1.
Just start throwing those down like $1. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like that's like I don't even know who they were, but probably not that hard.
Nah, not that hard.
It's like winning a scratch off.
Yeah, but it was a Baffert horse, so I guess you just got
What
to bet
color?
Baffert. That's it. Just bet all his horses. And
What color is the horse?
I don't know. You
There's
think I
never
watched it? I saw the picture of like the nose at the end. It's like,
there's
all right, I
never
guess that happened.
there's never been a like off color horse.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Same color. Like the gray horses. You ever see those?
Mm-hmm.
You ever see those gray horses?
Yeah, I
But
guess
yeah.
that's where we are now in the pod. You ever seen those gray horses?
Yeah, you never see a gray horse win the Kentucky Derby. That's sabermetrics too.
Yeah, sabermetrics.
What's I know you listen to PMT. What's the long hair, no quarterbacks with long
Oh
hair?
yeah, yeah. No long hair quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl. So Trevor Lawrence automatic bust.
Yeah. And that's why Justin Herbert cut his hair.
Yeah,
And
Justin Herbert is a dude.
hoping we kind of got a Justin Herbert. So I think that's probably my main comparison is Justin Herbert without like the huge size. So
Yeah, he's a kid. He seems like more of a kid than all these other guys. That's what I don't like.
yeah, I'll send you some videos about him. There's some funny stuff on the internet. But
The internet has some funny stuff. Well, we don't get any internet news for the listeners this week. So
yeah, Jake Paul's doing Jake Paul stuff and subscribe to Big Red Vlogs.
oh, wait. I got one thing before that. We'll know if Big Red actually listens if I say Jake Paul's a bitch.
That's it.
We'll know because he will absolutely come over here and punch me for that one.
Yeah, you'll be sleeping in the
I'll be Nate.
yeah, you'll be out back in your what do you got back there? The barbecue?
Yeah,
Punch you
he'll
right through the
stuff me in the
wall.
barbecue.
He'll throw you out there like the Kool-Aid man.
I just played that for someone at work today.
But yeah, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So this is the part that we didn't rehearse. So if you're still here, thank you for listening. This is cousin Kyle on my left. Maybe you're right. Who knows? If you're
He's up here on me.
you got me vertical.
I got you vertical.
Gotcha. Well, it's on the left because I think I'm recording it. So
Oh,
on your left.
nice.
The one with the Jets hat on is cousin Kyle. Thank you for joining us today. Or joining me.
Thanks. Happy to be here, and hopefully everyone listening, didn't mind my voice too much instead of your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, I think you and I have like a very similar tone. So
Yeah.
Tim might just throw in, he'll just edit it and just put in some Jake Paul rant somewhere in there.
Actually, you know what? Given our tones, maybe we'll be high on the going to sleep podcast ranking for this week. Like
Hey,
number one podcast for healthy sleep habits.
for sleepy Jet fans, it's just we're literally we're gonna be on Headspace.
Yeah.
That app where it's just the guy from the Peaky Blinders. He just
Mhm.
talks. But yeah, so if you're listening to us on Headspace, it's a new ad that we just got. But if not, you can subscribe to all podcast platforms. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, ring that shit, send it to your friends. If you don't like it,
You got
just
the Twitter. You got Twitter.
watch.
What's your ad on Twitter? Get all that in. Plug all your stuff.
Yeah, Fernando Downey on Twitter, Fernando Downey on Instagram, Fernando Downey Golf on TikTok,
Uh-oh.
Big Red Strong on Instagram, and at Red Hair Don't Care podcast, and Big Red Strong on TikTok. And Kyle is K.
Nah, don't worry about it. Keep it for the pod. I'm just a guest.
Maybe we'll make you an Instagram, like a burner.
Yeah, I'll get a burner. I'll blow some, I'll blow off some steam on people.
And what's your Reddit name?
Oh, don't even don't goose me.
User poopy 420.
Oh my God, Poopy Pants 1212 or whatever. Shout out to that guy. He is hilarious.
Yeah,
Pee pee
keep them
poo poo
coming.
or something. He just comments on all the Jets stuff and just rips everyone.
Oh, that's the kind of energy I need in my life.
Oh
Just
yeah, he gave me multiple clown emojis on my hot takes.
that's huge. So yeah, we're wrapping up there. Thanks again, everyone. This will be out. I guess this is Tuesday when you guys are getting this.
Probably Tuesday
And
morning, listening it on your morning commute. Thanks guys for listening.
yep, take it easy, everyone. Peace.